even though they think they're making the decisions. 3, God owns and controls even the unrighteous leaders. 4, God disposes of the leaders. And 5, God is the strength of those who love him. Let's go over to John in the New Testament. John chapter 19, verses 10 and 11. John 19, verses 10 and 11. God installs the leaders. Then said Pilate unto him, unto Jesus, Speakest thou not unto me? Knowest thou not that I have power to crucify thee, and have power to release thee? Jesus answered, Thou could have no power at all against me, except it were given thee from above. Let's navigate back to the Old Testament, to the book of Ezra. Ezra chapter 6, 22. Ezra 6:22. God directs the decisions of the leaders. And kept the feast of unleavened bread 7 days with joy, for the Lord had made them joyful, and turned the heart of the king of Assyria unto them, to strengthen their hands in the work of the house of God, the God of Israel. Now let's take a look at Job, chapter 12, verses 9 through 25. Job, chapter 12, verses 9 through 25. God owns and controls even the unrighteous leaders. Verse 9. Who knoweth not in all these things that the hand of the Lord has wrought this? In whose hand is the soul of every living thing, and the breath of all mankind? Doth not the ear try words, and the mouth taste his meat? Verse 12, with the ancient is wisdom, and in length of days understanding. With him is wisdom and strength, he has counsel and understanding. Verse 14, behold, he breaks down, and it cannot be built up again. He shuts up a man, and there can be no opening. Behold, he withholds the waters, and they dry up. He also sends them out, and they overrun and overturn the earth. Verse 16, with him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. Now, that may not align up with what you have been taught, but even the devil, even Satan, is under the Lord's control. 17, he leads counselors away spoiled and makes the judges fools. He looses the bonds of kings and girds their loins with a girdle. Verse 19, he leads princes away spoiled and overthrows the mighty. He removes away the speech of the trusty and takes away the understanding of the aged. He pours contempt upon princes, and he weakens the strength of the mighty. He discovers deep things out of darkness and brings out to light the shadow of death. Verse 23, he increases the nations, he destroys them, he enlarges the nations, and he straightens them out again. He takes away the heart of the chief of the people of the earth and causes them to wander in a wilderness where there is no way. They grope in the dark without light, and he makes them to stagger like drunken men. In the New Testament, we see in Ephesians 6, chapter 6, verse 12, Ephesians 6, 12, that God disposes of the leaders. Ephesians 6, 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Moving back to the Old Testament to Psalms, let's go to Psalms chapter 29, verse 11. Psalms 29:11. God is the strength of those who love him. The Lord will give strength unto his people. The Lord will bless his people with peace. Okay. Jot down these scriptures as we're going to move through them rather quickly. Exodus 13, verse 14. Exodus 13:14. And it shall be when your son asks thee in time to come, saying, What is this? That thou shalt say unto him, By strength of hand the Lord brought us out of Egypt from the house of bondage. Exodus 15, verses 2 and 3. Exodus 15, verses 2 and 3. The Lord is my strength and song, and he has become my salvation. He is my God, and I will prepare him a habitation. My father's God, and I will exalt him. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name. 2 Samuel 22. 2 Samuel chapter 22, verses 32 and 33. For who is God, save the Lord? And who is a rock, save our God? God is my strength and power, and he makes my way perfect. 1 Chronicles chapter 16:11. 1 Chronicles 16:11. Seek the Lord and his strength. Seek his face continually. 1 Chronicles 16:25. 1 Chronicles 16:25. Glory and honor are in his presence. Strength and gladness are in his place. Nehemiah chapter 8, verse 10. Nehemiah 8:10. For the joy of the Lord is your strength. The joy of the Lord is our strength. In conclusion, it is the Lord Almighty who is in charge of this earth, not men and not women. God gives us the responsibility and the privilege of maintaining law and order over his creation, but it is God who is still the creator and is still the owner of our world. And our God still intervenes in the affairs of mankind. This is the story of salvation in its essence. When the first man sinned and lost control over the earth, God intervened in the affairs of mankind, sent his Son, Jesus Christ, to redeem us from the fall and to reclaim his rightful ownership of the earth from Satan. The events of history show that God has always intervened in our history, and these times that we are in are no different. So what can we do to overcome the corruption of our day? Is there anything that we are supposed to be doing? Do we just sit back and idly let someone else do the work for us? Or do we have some responsibilities in these matters? Is God going to do anything to help us in our times of trouble? Or will he simply abandon us to our own follies and poor decisions? These three men had been given the same opportunities. One repented, two did not. One lived, and two died. Psalms chapter 11, verse 3. Psalms 11, verse 3 has the answer. Psalms 11, verse 3. If the foundations are being destroyed, what can the righteous do? Or you might say, if the foundations are being destroyed, what is the righteous one doing? What is God doing? Another way of looking at this is the foundations of law and order have collapsed. What can the righteous do? Or the foundations of law and order have collapsed. What is the righteous one doing? Here's the rest of the story. Psalms 11, verses 4 to 7. Psalms 11, 4 to 7. But the Lord is still in his holy temple. The Lord still rules from heaven. He watches everyone closely, examining every person on earth. The Lord examines both the righteous and the wicked. He hates those who love violence. He will rain down blazing coals and burning sulfur on the wicked, punishing them with scorching winds. Verse 7, for the Lord, the righteous Lord, loves justice. The righteous Lord loves justice. The virtuous will see his face. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. God will not be mocked, and whatever a man sows, that shall he also reap. These three men had been given the same opportunities. One repented, two did not, one lived, and two died. We're going to be starting a revival campaign very soon. It is called Declaring War in the Heavenlies and Victory in the Land. You will be discovering some foundational truths for the church and for believers today that will help you understand what you can do and what the Lord expects you to be doing in these times. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram for more details. And until next time, may the Lord richly bless you, prosper you, and keep you safe as you follow hard after him. And we'll see you next time. God bless you.